Hi everyone, this is David. I am the CEO of Chisel Nail Art. Today I am going to introduce to you guys a brand new product for the dip powder. I'm so excited to show you guys this right here. This is all new innovation. It called it an easy powder dip. This right here, I put in here the powder already. Here you can open this up, okay? You can pour the powder inside of whatever the powder you desire or whatever your client want. And on this here, there is a button right here you can push. When you push, the powder fall out, okay? All you have to do is put your client finger here and then you push it on and it will drop into there. And whatever left, you can just go ahead and throw it away because the customer don't want to dip their finger into the same jar like everyone does. So this is the way that we come up with to protect them and protect you, so you don't have a lot of waste product either. First thing that I have to do, I am going to using the diamond square. The diamond square, you have to remove the sign. You don't need a lot of pressure and you don't need to remove a lot of the nail bed. All you want is to remove the sign and the dip powder will stay on nice and well. This is a brush. I can use the brush for it too. I like to share with you guys how you apply the tips on. As you can see, I never look at just the nail bed by itself. Whenever I apply the tip, I look from the knuckle all the way down. What I'm about to use is a super deep base. It's a bond, it's a base, and it's an activator. It's for dipping powder, but I also use them to glue the tips on. Now check, make sure that they actually a little bit crooked. So what I do, see how that come up easily? Okay, apply it again. Now you can see the nail is more nice and straight. You can compare, you can know it right away. So you know when it's straight ready, you go ahead and seal it. So when I seal it, they will stay on. I'm gonna trim her nails. Okay. As you can see, there is a gap between the natural nail and the tip. I like to use some natural powder. I'm going to apply a very nice thin layer where the natural nail and the tip meet each other right here. Okay, apply there. I turn her nail upside down and I am going to dip her nail into that powder. Okay. See, now that I do the dip powder in here, it fill up the gap a little. So make sure that I go ahead and clean that out. Okay. The next step is I am going to apply again from where I started to fill in from here all the way down. Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing again, going back, dip it down. Okay. And turn it upside down again. Make sure that you brush the dust off. Because of super deep base, you do not require an activator to dry. It dry by itself. Every time the super deep base meet this, they will dry. So you want to make sure you don't want to drag that powder back into the super deep base bottle. I'm going closer to the cuticle, about 95 or 96% of the nail bed. What am I doing now is I am building a structure for the nail. When you have a nail that long, you have to have a structure to it. Here we go again. I'm going to dip that down again and hold it for about 3 seconds, shake, and then go back out to make sure that it's filled in. Okay, now all you do is just clean them out. I'm going to turn her nail this way and I'm going to show you to see the contour of the nail. It doesn't have that loop anymore, but it have a little bit bump here. That's fine because I'm going to file that up. So this step right here is done. Now you can see I do not use an activator. I'm gonna go ahead and start filing. I'm using the chisel nail 8080 washable. I'm gonna start filing. As you can see, file. I'm gonna file my shape. Okay, my tip. Okay. Normally, if you work, all 5 nails, when you finish this and then you go to the second one, you start to apply it. When you come back, this nail already dry. But right now I'm working on one nail, so it's gonna take some time to dry. Okay, now the nails are dry, so I am going to file her shape now. The way that I hold the file, you go straight and forth, just one direction, and then you turn to move in slowly. This finger is holding her skin out, so it protects your client without cutting her. So I do filing slowly to the side. Okay, I am going to the other side, same position. I am going to file, and slowly I move in. Okay, I do that because I want to file the two sides thin. I want to straighten it in. Okay, now I am going to use a safety bit. This is from Chisel too. I am going to file the top where the lump is right here. I want to file that out to make sure that they are nice and even before I start the application. Okay, no activator at all. You can see they dry. You cut a lot of steps, but the good thing about this super deep base is it's thin and it's hard. When you soak them off, they are pretty easy to soak off because they are not that thick. Okay. Okay, now I am going to turn. I'm going to show you the contour of the nail. I'm feeling it. I still see there is a little bit of bump here. I need to get rid of it. Okay. Okay, I check and I still see anywhere that you check and you see there's a bump. You want to make sure that it's nice and smooth before you start the work. Okay, now that I am done with the structure, I will turn her nails upside down like this, and you could see the sidewall coming down, they all coming down, narrow in at the same pace. So I try to test that right here. And then I'll file them, make sure if we see anything that is not, and I'll check them. Now that you have a nail that's ready for dip, okay? As you can see that I have is right here. It's called an easy powder dip because I did it previously already. I'm using a solid 24. I pull the powder from here to here. It's about 3/4, halfway or 3/4, and that's good enough. And after you do, you just tie that back in. See, there is a button right here. When you angle this down, you push on that button like that, and you see how the powder come out. Now that I have solid 24, it's pretty much like American white, and I have solid 25, the pink powder that I have here. I am going to show you guys how to do easy dip ombre. I am continue using a super deep base again. I will apply nice and thin. I started out from the bottom first. Go back and forth and make sure that you are doing it nice and even. And then you travel into the cuticle area. You want to be able to go without touching the cuticle. You want to have about 99% of the there. Okay. I am using a pink one right now. I angle the nail and then you push the button. You see how the powder fall out? Whatever remains, I am going to use the white powder and I'm going to do the same just for the bottom area. Now you guys see that I have pink and white. So I am going to dust this off. Okay, that's just the first coat. Okay, now I am applying a second coat. Same thing again. I'm just gonna super deep base. It dry very fast, so you guys want to make sure that you work a little bit faster than the normal one, because the normal one is dry by the activator. This one right here dry by itself. So that's the second one. Again, the pink powder is gonna go in here right there. Now the white powder it's gonna go in here, pushing the button. Okay. Okay, now you have pink and white again. So this is the second coat. What I like to do with the nail this long, I want to do 3 coat. Okay, so that's 2 coat already. Now that you have 2 coat, okay, this is a little bit more important. Is I'm changing the way how I dip now. Now, earlier I did 2 layers of pink and white, pink and white. Now I'm going to do the white and the pink. Okay, for me to do the white and the pink, I turn this nail like this. Okay, you can see I am continue applying just how I apply my first and second coat. Okay, but make sure that you apply them nice and even. Now I am going to use the white powder first. I would drop the white powder here on the tip of it. Okay, see how that fall out. Okay, now I am using the pink now. How you angle, you don't worry about how that thing is gonna come down, because when you angle like this, you focus just on the cuticle area. So whatever left fall down, it's gonna fall down straight down, and that's how it create ombre. So let me clean that out. Okay, so here we go. You have a finished product of pink and white dipping powder. When you put it away, I put it on this. I put it on that right there, and I just put it away. Whatever the product remain on there, you can just go ahead and dump them, just throw it away. Okay, this is all finished. I will start filing now. Okay, filing is the same way, easy. They're not totally dry because I'm working on just one hand by itself, so I have to wait until they dry. Now it is dry, so I can go ahead and filing the shape down. You can see I showed you guys earlier how to file shape. I am going to do the same way, just slowly from the side, and I gradually going into the center, and I move out like this. Okay, same thing on this side. File nice and easy, filing, and I'm tilting my file slowly is to get rid of the powder on the side, so that's why it look more narrow, and it doesn't make the nail so thin that break up easily, because you already have the apex and you have the side to side and you have the contour of the nail nice and neat. So what I do now, I would turn her nails upside down this way. I will place my finger behind that nail because I don't want to rock her nail when I file them. What I'm looking at is from my cuticle at the tip. So I place the file, my finger hole is very tight, and it's always come out nice and straight. You see here and here are parallel, and the way that I hold, it doesn't rock and it makes her nail nice and straight. My last step is I am using the bit that I started out earlier. I'm pushing the cuticle back. I'm pushing it back. I want to make sure her skin not touching the nail. And slowly, as you can see, I am using this finger to pull out her skin on the side. Easily move, lay down, lay this flat, go to very slow RPM from side into the cuticle and then out to my side wall. Okay, the bit stand up like this. Okay, and then you gradually lay down when you get to the cuticle area. You don't want to angle more because it will create a ring of fire on her nail if you do that. So slowly around, and that's it. So now all I have to do, I raise up my RPM just a little bit more, is because I need to finish the tip, side and side. Okay, all I want to do now is file from here into the tip of it. So I'll ask my client to pull her finger in. I'm placing around this area here. So I'm gonna start filing here from the side, right? I'm gonna go in I turn my file, I turn my file, I turn my file until all the way down. So what I want is to be able to have my nail coming down like a barrel from here all the way to the tip. So I continue, as you could see from the angle, I place that right there. Okay, and I file it again. I keep continue, move, 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 move to the side. And that pretty much finished nails right here. So what I have to do now is use my buffer, and I am using the gel, so I don't need to do any buffering because the gel itself, they will bond better without buffing anyway. In order for me to use the gel on here, I need to have a base. I have a pair right here, it's called a black diamond. Now that I'm using her black diamond base gel, a little bit thick, but that's not worry because you still be able to apply them nice and thin. Go ahead and just apply them nice and neat all the way down, just nice and thin. Okay. Before you wanna put that finger into the gel machine, you wanna go ahead and place this right here. Pull it in on the bottom only. You don't want, and then the tip right there, because you want to keep that shape right there, and then let it cure for 30 seconds. Okay guys, here is the final finish. After I cure them in the light for 60 seconds for my pink and white top gel. Okay, now you can see how shiny they are, and they stay shiny until they come back to do your refill. I turn the nail upside. You can see the contour of the nail coming down, the even of the coffin shape, and side by side in the cuticle area. And that's a finished product, guys. Let me go back over to this right here. This product you could find at every beauty supply within the US continent, and actually in Europe, Australia, and Canada. You can find them, most of the supply that carry Chisel, they are going to carry this. This is a brand new invention. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video.